Medical segregation was one of the major problems for a long time until 20th century. Many hospitals, clinics, and doctors' offices were segregated by race. The environment made dangerous and unhealthy environment for the blacks compared to the whites. For example, non-whites were not able to get proper treatment like white used to. Many refused providing medical, surgical services to the minorities and non-whites. The hospitals were divided up by race, wealth, etc. This was the same for the educational parts for the doctors. The first African American to earn a formal medical degree did not graduate until 1837. The first black-owned and operated hospital in America was found in 1891. However, racism in Chicago had prevented black nurses and doctors from practicing, thus eliminating health care for any black patients. Johns Hopkins Hospital, the hospital Henrietta was treated, was one of the hospitals for non-whites and the minorities. Henrietta had abnormal pain and visited Johns Hopkins Hospital in 1951. Henrietta Lacks got the same treatment as the other blacks in the 19th century. She was treated with radium tube inserts, standard treatment at the time. However, a sample of her cervix was removed during this, which was not informed. The hospital desegregated starting from 1965, which was a required law by the Civil Rights Act passed in 1964. This happened after about a decade after Henrietta Lacks had died of cancer. Adding on, to get in depth about informed consent, it is basically the process of communication between the healthcare provider and the patient to get permission for services. And this was not provided to the Lacks family, which soon led to terrible consequences. When researchers attempted to call the Lacks family, there was claimed to be a communication breakdown, which caused the whole business to be unknown to the family for 25 years until 1973. They found out the situation when they received a call asking them for blood samples for a gene study related to Henrietta. When they heard this news, the Lacks family was rather proud of the benefits the cells had produced. For example, helping the polio vaccines and the anti-cancer vaccines. However, their pride was deeply hurt by the fact they never got proper compensation for it. Many medical-related businesses have profited billions for 60-plus years off the stolen cells, and not a penny was paid to the Lacks family. Even after the settlement in 2013, where the National Institutes of Health, or NIH, agreed to the rights of the Lacks family to approve future use of the HeLa cells, NIH or Johns Hopkins was unable to provide financial reparation for the money Lacks deserved. However, thanks to Henrietta Lacks' case, informed consent is now secured law. According to the Johns Hopkins Medicine official website, samples taken for diagnostic purposes, biopsy purposes, or for blood samples, as long as the researcher has gotten approval to do research using it and any information connecting to the patient is removed, they do not need consent. But in other circumstances, it is considered an ethical and fundamental law for the medical industry to get consent from their patients.